Immediately we go back, this report will be on floor because one, patients are suffering. Because institutions that were stopped from admitting patients who use NHIF, those patients are suffering. Because we know most of our people rely on NHIF. So we need to sort out this problem. If an hospital has a problem, you close it once and for all. If an hospital has no problem, you create to continue with their business. Because some places we have gone to an hospital and they tell us, here we used to have 4 daily employees. Now we have sacked all of them. So as a parliament also, we represent those people who went home. They are Kenyans. So we want to expedite these things. So I can assure you that this session, before we end this session, we are going to parliament. This report will have gone through the house and we'll have made our recommendations as a full house. We want to recommend as a committee that we need to separate the legislation of medicine as a profession and the registration and the supervision of facilities. Because when they are done by the same group, then there is a conflict of interest. You can't be Alif Ali who left us his own team. If you left the same team you coach, then there's a problem. You favor your team. So that's what has been happening in this country, and as a committee we have realized that, and we'll recommend to Parliament that we need to separate legislation of doctors as a profession and legislation and regulation of facilities, so that it can be done by 2 different groups, so that we can always checking who. Like what happens the Ministry of Education. The schools belong to Ministry of Education, but the teachers belong to TSC. That was to avoid a conflict of interest. We found the proprietor here, Dr. Libogo. He has been cooperative. His main accusation was that he got money from Edwafia. Edwafia is the insurance that was covering students unfairly. They said he influenced students to come to this hospital. He received so many students that raised high blows. But we have engaged him. We have found the facts that the mistake was only 2 students that were not in the system out of all the students he had seen. And he has explained himself that the problem was his system, and he admitted that the system missed the 2 students, but they are in the hard copy of his register. So I'm not saying we have cleared him, but we have had a side of story.